Hello students. Yesterday we have seen the case of plane progressive wave and also so many forms of plane progressive wave we have seen, and we have just solved it, we have proved it easily and derived it. So I think there is no confusion while deriving the equation for the plane progressive wave. Now that is progressive in the positive or negative x direction with some velocity v. So at some distance or at some time, what will be its displacement, you can calculate with the help of that equation of plane progressive wave. And even we have seen the case of phase and phase difference that tells us about the particle or wave that is moving, means at which position and in which direction the wave is, that can be defined with the help of phase of the wave or particle. Clear? So these factors we have just already understood, and let's start just understand the some basic things. In the wave motion, as we know that there are a number of particles that are executing simple harmonic motion. Why I am saying simple harmonic motion, as here we are only talking about the harmonic wave. If I will say only wave motion or wave, then it means that just try to understood it without any doubt that we are talking about the harmonic wave or simple the particles that are executing oscillations that are simple harmonically, they are oscillating. Clear? So as in case of this displacement equation, we will just represent by sine or cosine function. So that's why in harmonic wave, you know that we are using sine or cosine function to show the displacement of the wave after some time interval or after some distance. So here, as you suppose that we know already a wave that is plane progressive or that is in motion, then due to its movement, obviously it will cover some path, and some of the time will be it will take also, but still you know that the particle through which this wave is constituted, that particles are executing simple harmonic motion. So if we want to calculate what is the velocity of the particle that are executing simple harmonic motion, and also we know that the phase of the particles that are different, so then whether the particles velocity that are executing simple harmonic motion, that will also be different or they all are identical. Means here we are getting a wave, and due to oscillation of particles, so then it's the velocity of the particle that are executing particular simple harmonic motion. As you know that in case of simple harmonic motion, particle is displaced from, and obviously it start to move. Then if the particle is in motion, then there will be a velocity associated with it, obviously, because there is change. If there will change in its displacement, then the rate of change of displacement gives us velocity. Means whenever particle will be in motion, there will be some velocity. Then obviously the particles that are executing simple harmonic motion and through which the harmonic wave that is constituting, then obviously that particle will have some velocity. So what is the relation between the velocity of the particle and velocity of the wave? These two things are different. Is try to understand it easily. There will be some difference in these two things that when you are studying. Don't think that we are using that particle and wave is constituted with that. So wave is the, you can see that it is resultant of the movement or resultant of the oscillations that are produced by the number of oscillating particles. But here we are only talking about one particle that is oscillating. So other number of particles can have different velocity. That will depend on what factor, we can see it also. So there will be difference between the wave velocity and the particle velocity. Clear? So let's see what is the relationship between wave velocity. Already wave velocity we know that is v, means through which the wave is moving, and through the velocity with which particle is oscillating simple harmonically, then that is known as particle velocity. So first we know already the displacement equation for the wave that is moving in suppose that is moving in positive x direction. So for this we can write it r sin 2 pi by lambda dt minus x. Yeah? Now to calculate the particle velocity, here v is the wave velocity. We just have to take the time derivative of displacement. Obviously, at some particular time, obviously due to the particle oscillation, the displacement of the wave that will be obtained. So for a particular time, if you see the displacement, rate of change of displacement, that will give you the velocity of that particle at which we are taking this displacement. So suppose that here we are taking the displacement y, then this particle at which we are taking the displacement, then that particle is oscillating with which velocity, that can be given by simple the derivative of this equation. So the particle velocity, suppose I am just writing it by some uxt. So this will be given by dy xt upon dt. Now solve it and that value will give us the particle velocity in terms of wave velocity. So here after solving, r sin its derivative will be cos 2 pi by lambda dt minus x, and also when you solve this two quantities, then we will get 2 pi v by lambda. So this is the value that we had obtained in the form of v. You can say that the particle velocity that we are obtaining in form of wave velocity. And also we can convert this factor into some factor of y. So for this, let's learn space derivative of displacement for this. So if you take the space derivative, then we can write here dy by dx. We can solve it here. So for that solution, we will just differentiate it with respect to x. So if you differentiate with respect to x here, then we can also get, first of all, r cos 2 pi by lambda bt minus x into this whole term. If you differentiate here, time will be taken as constant, and with respect to space derivative, if you differentiate it, then it will be obtained minus 2 pi by lambda. Okay? This can be obtained. Now we are seeing that here also 2 pi by lambda and cos factor and r factor is here. So we can just change these values in terms of the space derivative of y. So finally what can be obtained? The u xt, that will be obtained in place of this whole thing. You can write this factor with minus sign. So it will be obtained 2 pi by, sorry, not 2 pi by lambda, v into d by xt divided by dx. So this is the proper relationship between particle velocity and wave velocity. With this equation, you can easily calculate what is the particle velocity at a particular time or at a particular distance if you know only the wave velocity and also the displacement equation for that particular wave. So if we know the how the wave is displacing with change in time or with change in distance, then with the help of that we can calculate what is the velocity of the particle that are executing simple harmonic motion and that are constructing the wave motion. Clear? And only you have to take the space derivative here, multiply this by the factor this, and this will be. So I think there is no confusion, and this minus sign actually represent, you know that if a wave is displacing in any direction, then the simple harmonic motion, due to restoring force, it opposes the motion of the displacement of the particle. So that's why this negative sign indicates that the concept of restoring force in case of simple harmonic motion means particle will always a tendency to bring it in its equilibrium position, as we have added an external energy to it to for the production of wave. You know that for the production of wave we just disturb the system. We are just adding energy from the outside for the particle acceleration, for the particle vibration, and after getting energy the particle get displaced from its mean position, from its stable position, equilibrium position, and obviously if it will be displaced, then due to inertial and elastic property, obviously it will try to bring it in its original condition. So if it will try to bring in its original condition, then after some time, due to restoring force, this body or this particle will have the direction of oscillation in the opposite direction to the direction of propagation of wave. So minus sign indicates that if wave is just propagating in positive x direction, then the vibration of particle will be in the opposite direction. So the concept of wave velocity and particle velocity, I think that is clear to you. And also particle velocity is that when any particle that is executing simple harmonic motion in the through which wave is constituted, then all that particles will have different velocity. As you can see that velocity is depending on the factor displacement of the wave, and also displacement of the wave that will be different at different time and at different distance. So obviously all particles will not identical in the vibration, means they are not vibrating identically simple harmonically. So that's why all the simple harmonic motion that will have different amplitude and different velocity, so that the energy transfer takes place. Agar it so that suppose that they are just oscillating identically, then in that case the displacement that we are getting that will be equal for all the particles, means there will be no alternate wave motion, and as we are getting in the terms of sine or cosine function, we cannot get that in that section. So if sine and cosine wave or trigonometrical wave, you can say that in other way, harmonic wave that is constituting, then in case of harmonic wave, all the particles that are executing simple harmonic motion, they will have always different velocity, and that velocity we can calculate with the help of this velocity of v that is the velocity of wave. So this wave velocity will be always the resultant of all vibrating particles, means a locus that is created by the energy transfer, that is this. So if this concept is clear, then let's see now what is the acceleration of the particle that are executing simple harmonically and that are constituting any wave here. So as in case of simple harmonic motion, we have already calculated all these factors, but as in that case, here only one particle was there, and in that there was no any other particle, we don't have to do work on that. But here, as the number of particles that are executing simple harmonic and they are constituting the wave, then in that case obviously the acceleration of the particle that will be also different. So on which factor it is dependent on, let's see that here also. So as we have just calculated the velocity of the particle, so the particle velocity that is given by u x t, and this is equal to r cos 2 pi by lambda into dt minus x, and also 2 pi v by lambda. So this factor that we have obtained for the particle velocity, and if we just differentiate again with respect to time, then we will get acceleration of the particle here. Simple, the derivative of velocity of the particle, that will give us the acceleration of the particle through which the particle is accelerating here. So if you see the acceleration of the particle, then simply just take its derivative. Then let's differentiate this factor again by in terms of t with respect to t. And finally, what will we get in r cos? You know that cos, if it will be differentiated, then here we will get minus sin 2 pi by lambda bt minus x into again 2 pi b by lambda, that will be the outside, then we will obtain 2 pi b by lambda its whole square. Now it's the same as we have the displacement of the wave r sin 2 pi by lambda bt minus x, as in starting we have taken this as the displacement for the wave. Then you can just replace it by the factor y here, and let's solve this factor. Then we will get 4 pi square b square by lambda square into y. And also in place of lambda by b or b by lambda, obviously we can put here frequency of the vibration as lambda by b, that gives us the time period, and here we can also write it 4 pi square upon t square, you can write it here as lambda by b equal to t. So we can just write it this equation. And also we know that omega, angular frequency, that is given by 2 pi by t. So if you just let's say square of this value, then here we can replace it by omega square. Right? So finally what we get for acceleration here, so acceleration of particle that we are getting in this case of the wave motion also, that is minus omega square y. And if you can see that this is just like the same as we have obtained it for simple harmonic motion. So there is no change while we are just calculating acceleration of the particle through which wave is constituted. It is always directly proportional to the displacement of the particle. Means it's very simple that whenever particle will be displaced from its equilibrium position, from its mean position, then a restoring force that will develop in the system due to its inertial property, due to its elastic property, and that will always try to bring it in its stable condition, equilibrium condition. This minus sign represent that thing, means the direction of acceleration will be always opposite to the direction of displacement of the particle or wave. So if we are seeing just case of acceleration of the particle, so suppose that if wave is moving in positive x direction, then obviously due to movement of the wave in positive x direction, particle will also displace in that direction, and the acceleration of the particle, that will be in the upward direction, meaning in negative x direction, that will be because due to restoring force, it will try to bring the system of that is displaced to its mean position, to its stable condition. So this minus sign represent that factor, and you know that for the particular, that is a constant factor here as the particle that are executing simple harmonic motion. And in the case of simple harmonic motion, you know that time period is constant here, so obviously this factor will also be constant. So the factor that is affecting the acceleration of the wave, that is the displacement. So whenever displacement will change, acceleration will change. Greater will be the displacement, greater will be the acceleration in the particle that are executing simple harmonic. So it means that different particles that are executing simple harmonic motion and that are even constituting the wave, they will all will have different acceleration, as they are dependent on the displacement of the wave. Means if displacement is different, then obviously the acceleration of the particle, that will also different. Here one factor is common. After one revolution, you know that displacement of the wave that repeats itself to its previous value, then at that time that particle that are showing same displacement in the system, then they will have same acceleration. Like if we are just trying it, then in this case here one oscillation that is completed, and after that you are seeing that at any point here, suppose that we are taking, we can see that this point and this point, the displacement of the particle that is same here, then obviously at these points the particles that are executing simple harmonic motion, that will be identical actually, because the displacement is same, then obviously their velocity will be same and their acceleration will be same. So you can see that in case of wave motion, after one revolution or after one period of time, when the wave repeats its path again, then in that case the particles that are constructing the wave, that are executing simple harmonic motion, they will always also in the same phase, in the same velocity, in the same acceleration as at that point they would be in the previous case. Okay. So I think there is no confusion guys while we are talking about the acceleration of the particle. Actually acceleration of wave is different, acceleration of particle is different. As here number of particles oscillating, their acceleration can be different, that is dependent on the displacement of the wave. As we can see that displacement of the wave are different at different places, means for different particles displacement is different, then obviously its acceleration and velocity that will be also different. But for wave, if you can see the velocity or displacement, that will be constant throughout the motion. Clear? So students, let's see a numerical problem that is based on the topics that we have discussed this time. We have just discussed the equation of plane progressive wave and also what is the terms that is or what are the terms that are defining the displacement of the plane progressive wave, like here this define amplitude and other factors. So how can we calculate if such types of equation is given to you? So suppose a equation or a displacement equation for any wave that is given, so we just have to solve it and give the information about this wave. So first question is that here is the wave is traveling or not, first is that. So if you just have to solve the wave is traveling or not, so first of all let's calculate its speed. If it will have some speed, then definitely that will have to travel with some velocity, and if the velocity will be 0, it means that wave is not traveling, wave is stationary. So you can calculate or determine it with the help of velocity concept. So first of all let's just compare this wave equation that is written here with the identical wave equation, standard wave equation. So we have the wave equation that is r sin omega t plus kx plus this value. So if suppose that here plus sign, it means that first of all the wave is in negative x direction. So I think there is no confusion why we are taking plus sign here. And also this pi by 4, actually in this place we can write here pi. So this is the identical wave equation that we are using for the wave that is propagating in negative x direction. And now just compare this wave equation with these all. So if you compare, then first of all the amplitude of the wave that is equal to 3. So the first factor that we can solve from here, that is amplitude of the wave. So amplitude r equal to here 3. Suppose that these are quantities are in the standard unit. So this is equal to 3 meters. Clear? After that you can solve here what is the value of time period or frequency of the wave that is traveling. So for that, if you compare these two terms, then omega is equal to, that is equal to 36, and we know that the value of omega that is equal to 2 pi nu. So its value will be 36, or you can solve here the value of nu from here, that will be obtained equal to this much. Clear? The third factor that we can solve from here, that is the time period of the wave. So as you know that the time period of the wave that is given by 1 by nu, 1 by frequency. So with the help of that time period, that you can solve it by this thing. So the three factors that we have already solved with the information that is given in the question. So first information that we have solved, that is the amplitude of the wave. Second, frequency of the third is time period of the wave. And now we can again solve it here the what is the wavelength of the wave with the help of this k factor. So this is write somewhere all the values that we have just calculated. Okay, these values we have already calculated. Now for that just compare this factor to this, then the value of k, that is obtained 0.018, and you know that the value of k, that is equal to 2 pi by lambda. So with the help of this equation we can calculate what is the value of wavelength here. So the value of wavelength, that is obtained 2 pi upon 0.018. Okay. So the third factor that we have calculated, that is the next factor that we can solve from here. The four things that we have obtained, you can actually extract all the information if simple wave equation that is given to you. So with the help of this wave equation, first of all let's write a standard wave equation, after that compare these two, and with the help of the comparison between these two you can calculate what will be the value of amplitude, what will be the value of frequency, what will be the value of time period, wavelength, and velocity also. So for the velocity, as we know that it is given by lambda by t. So we have the value of lambda and we have the value of t also. So just put the value of lambda here. This is 0.18 upon the value of t, that is pi by 18. So after solving this you can obtain the value that will be obtained, that is 20 meter per second. So the velocity of the wave that is obtained here, that is equal to 20 meter per second. As the first question was that is the wave is traveling or not. So here we are seeing that the velocity of the wave is obtained 20 meter per second. Then obviously if its velocity is not zero, then it is also, as it's obviously traveling, it is progressive wave. So the wave equation that is given to us means the wave that is just shown by this displacement wave equation, that is traveling, and also the direction of its travel is in the negative x direction. Here as here positive sign here, if there will be the negative sign, then definitely it will be in positive x direction. If there is positive sign, then obviously this will be in negative x direction. So the direction of propagation is negative x direction. Velocity of wave, that is equal to 20 meter per second. So most of the factor that we have discovered here easily with the comparison equation. Also you can solve the particle velocity concept and acceleration of the particle also from here. So how can you solve that? Let's see that. For the particle velocity, as we have this, we just have to differentiate this equation. So just differentiate this equation, after that it will give you the particle velocity. So for that after differentiation here we will obtain cos p60 plus 0.018 x plus pi by 4 into in the terms of t, if you solve it then it will give us 36. Okay? And suppose that if the value of y and t or x and t that is given, then with the help of it we can calculate what is the particular value of particle velocity at a particular point or position in the wave that is progressive, that is traveling. So in the traveling wave, as there are number of particles that are executing simple harmonic motion, then their velocities can be defined, can be calculated easily by this equation for a particular time and for a particular distance. So if you measure the distance and time, let's see the time at that distance, then after that you will be able to solve it easily. So this is a numerical problem, and also there are a number of numerical problems that is based on this factor. You just have to remind the standard wave equation, and after that just compare it, and after comparison you can solve, and you can calculate all the values for the wave, like its means all the properties you can know easily. What will be its velocity, what will be its wavelength, what will be time period and amplitude of the wave, all these things you can calculate. So if all these factors that are clear to you, then let's end the class here. Solve the numericals that on the basis of standard wave equation and the properties that we have discussed here. You can just calculate all these properties with the help of this comparison way. So try to solve it this and try to understand the concept of wave and particles that are executing simple harmonic motion. So let's end the class here. In next classes we will see the next thing.